Exclusive Lebanon's bank Audi. Others. Disavow banking organization's objection to IMF plan. Beirut Lebanon's bank Audi and Al Mawarid Bank said on Wednesday they disagreed with a letter dispatched on behalf of the USAV's banking affiliation that branded a staff-level agreement (SLA) with the International Monetary Fund illegal. The SLA pledges $3 billion in financing over 4 years to assist Lebanon recover from a financial meltdown that has visible the currency lose more than 90% of its cost. The banks, as well as bankers from 2 other members of the Association of Banks in Lebanon (ABL), who asked to speak anonymously because of the sensitivity of the matter, said they were now not conscious the letter being sent on ABL's behalf. Their objection to the letter's contents exhibits developing fissures inside the association, which counts extra than 50 banks as contributors. In a statement, the ABL said it does no longer completely oppose the April agreement and perspectives an IMF deal as one of the important approaches to exit Lebanon's disaster, however called for similarly consultations on how a few $70 billion in economic sector losses are treated. A full settlement is conditional on Lebanon imposing a sequence of measures, inclusive of starting to restructure its zombie banking sector. In the letter to the IMF dated June 21, the Decision Boundaries Monetary Advisory Company stated its purchaser, the ABL, holds very extreme reservations on the recent SLA, parts of which it mentioned were, in all likelihood to in addition harm Lebanon's economic system, probably in an irreparable way. It stated imposing the SLA would be illegal. An ABL spokesperson confirmed the letter were sent on behalf of the affiliation, however did now not without delay reply to questions on how the choice to ship it changed into taken. Carlos Abadi, coping with director at New York-based Decision Boundaries and the advisor who signed the June 21 letter, had no comment. Audi, Lebanon's pinnacle financial institution, now not made aware or authorized the contents of the letter addressed to the IMF from a consultant of the ABL dated June 21, 2022, it mentioned in an announcement to. In truth, they acknowledge that the only way out of Lebanon's acute crisis is an IMF program, which must be enacted imminently to avoid further irreversible value destruction, the bank announcement said. It noted the financial institution has crucial reservations to make certain the plan is actionable, truthful and sustainable. The proposed amendments, which nevertheless appreciate the IMF ideas, are being channeled to the worried parties. Behind closed doors, Al Mawarid Bank was no longer aware of the letter and had no longer been invited to any conferences to discuss it, Chairman Marwan Karadine informed. It's ridiculous that this happens at the back of closed doors, Karadine mentioned, including that the letter made it sound like banks had been, in denial, about having to be a part of the answer and be given to undergo certain losses. The letter became achieved without consultation from any other ABL member. It's a bloody scandal, one of the bankers stated. We are pretty upset about it, every other stated. The SLA and Lebanon's May 20 monetary recovery plan had called for restricting recourse to public assets to clear up financial zone losses. The ABL letter rather referred to as for the Lebanese country to plug the space by way of using country belongings, turning tens of billions in hard currency deposits into Lebanese pounds and additionally the usage of Lebanon's kind of $15 billion in gold reserves. I hear voices such as a few within ABL suggesting using our gold to pay depositors. Don't contact the gold, whether or not to sell it, to pledge it, or to economic engineer it. Don't touch the gold, BankMed CEO Michel Akkad stated in a tweet on Wednesday.